What up, homeboys? Every so often you just need a break from WoW. And these 7 free games are just for that. Nothing is truly free, alright, I get it. But hey, if you just wanna get some fun out of a game, these free-to-play MMOs are gonna give you a decent amount of value from spending nothing on them. First of all, we got Rift. This is probably the closest experience to WoW on this list. This is not an impressive game by any means, it just works. It has some interesting classes, the PvP system is, in my opinion, more casual, friendly and fun than in World of Warcraft. I wouldn't say it is an MMO that you can waste your life in, but if you just want a break from WoW and you want to do something different for a while without doing something radically new, this is a solid choice. Then we got the fanboy favorite, the free-to-play MMO that all the free-to-play evangelists in my comments always talk about, that is Guild Wars 2. The leveling content is so mind-numbingly boring though, that you gotta be a Shaolin monk to have the patience to bear through it, but if you can bear through it, the endgame is actually pretty fun. I wouldn't say this is a game that you can just dabble in, like it takes a decent amount of commitment to get fun from it, but hey, you know, if you're watching this video, chances are you are a 30-year-old unemployed man, so this game has decent value for the amount of life-wasting potential it actually has. Now we go to Phantasy Star Online 2. For all y'all that don't know, Phantasy Star Online 1 was a Sega Dreamcast MMO and it was pretty revolutionary for its time. This is the long-awaited sequel. The graphics are great. If your PC can handle the max settings, that is. This game is not very well optimized, I'm afraid. But this is probably my favorite combat from the list. The combat of this game is very fun. The gameplay is kinda linear, it is reminiscent of Destiny, and after a while they fixed most of their huge cheating problems, and now the game is a pretty solid experience. All I can say is that you'll either love it or hate it, but it is worth an honest try. Nonetheless, you can tell a lot from the love that went into this game. This is not an average Chinese game. Also, there is Terra. Keep in mind, this time I am using the term free-to-play on a very loose way. If you want to do any decent progression in this game, you're gonna have to drop that credit card sooner or later, they are gonna get you. Right? The combat on this game is pretty action-oriented, which a lot of people really like, but I kinda hate it, to be honest. This is probably the ideal weeb MMO. They got like a bunch of anime costume and features. If you like dress-up games like those MMOs, this is probably ideal for you. I recommend this game only if you're playing near their servers though, because if playing this game on high latency just sucks. It just sucks. But you know, this might be a good option to just wait a few weeks and nothing too serious. Now, for the Venezuelan and boomer demographic on this channel, we got RuneScape, which comes in 2 formats, old school and RuneScape 3, the modern format. I do not recommend the modern format. But anyways, this was originally a browser game. It is an extremely lightweight, play it on your toaster kinda game. You can actually play it on your phone too. This is an extremely grindy sandbox style game. In my opinion, the main appeal of the game is not the combat, but the economy. For whatever reason, Jagex Game Studios managed to gamify making money. This game coming up with strategies to make money, farming gold most efficiently than everybody else. This is the true endgame for me on RuneScape. This is the thing that I really like about the game. There's so much depth, so much things you can learn. And you can actually even use gold, the currency of this game, to buy their sub fee. However, even though you can get a decent amount of fun from the free-to-play experience, I would say in this game you really need a sub to get anything to do past that. It is $11 a month, and that's a decent value proposition considering that you don't have to pay for expansions every 18 months like in WoW. And the developers of this game, even though they are by no means perfect, they listen to the community quite a bit, and I do not see RuneScape going away anytime soon. For the more Diablo fans out there, we got Path of the Exile. I get it, it is not exactly an MMO, not a very MMO kind of MMO, but hey, it has a pretty strong community even though they got like a non-existent social factor in the game. To be honest, it is not necessarily my cup of tea. I know for some people the Diablo formula really works with their brain, to the point that they wanna devote their entire life to it. But hey, you know, if you just wanna kill 7 gazillion mobs for a few days and turn your brain off and just get a little dopamine, this game is gonna get that for you. This is probably the most theme park MMO I ever seen, and that is Neverwinter. Extremely linear game, loosely based in Dungeons and Dragons, but you know, they say that about every game at this point, so it hardly means anything anymore. But this time the leveling experience is actually great. I actually recommend leveling with your friends in this game. You can get a lot of fun without even hitting level cap. The combat is fun, endgame is a nightmare, unless you are like a mega whale. I do not recommend endgame at all, but hey, you know, you can get a couple of months of fun from this game before you hit the paywall, and the combat is good, classes feel fun, the graphics are a little outdated, but they had a certain charm to it, they look nice, so I would say it is worth a shot for you. I know I missed out on a lot of MMOs in this list, feel free to tell me your recommendations in the comments. This is simply a list of games that I have personally played in the past. I cannot really speak for MMOs that I haven't played, like Lost Ark. So if your game is not on this list, it is probably because I just haven't come around it yet. Anyways boys, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for we got a lot more coming, and check out the merch for some Medina branded swag, and behave and have a great day.